All right, so I'm gonna try to make this one as quick as possible. I usually just don't like long videos myself, so over the last I think 2 days or so, I think I announced that I would be giving away the remote tuning time as part of the 1,000 subscriber milestone. Since we hit the 1,000 subs sometime about I think it was last week Monday, give or take. So as part of that, like I announced in the last video, you like I announced in the last video that I would be giving away some remote tuning time. I thought about it over the last few days about how exactly I would go about doing that. I got some suggestions like, yeah, what's up guys? Idol, Brian Smith. Yeah, welcome to the chat, guys. I figured I should have awaited some more numbers. Yeah, but like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't like long videos. So I don't like wasting time. I don't like wasting folks' time. So we're just gonna get right to it, and we're gonna end the stream as soon as possible. So, like I said, I will be giving away some remote tuning time. I was trying to figure out how exactly I would do that. I thought that one suggestion was to use Instagram and do a hashtag of some sort. But the thing about that is that not everyone who watches his channel has Instagram. I have Instagram, but I don't think everyone has it. So what I decided to do, we're gonna do this video. Yeah, what's up, Brian and Cybermonk? Welcome, guys. So what I decided to do, I'm gonna use this video, and then we're gonna leave a hashtag. So to basically enter into that, it's not gonna be a draw or anything. Well, it's technically gonna be a draw, but yeah. So we're gonna have a hashtag. So all you need to do is just comment the hashtag down below in the comment section. You can do it, I guess, throughout this video, or I'm not really sure how YouTube does it, but throughout the video or afterwards, just comment the hashtag. And what I will do, there are a few sites which basically pick some random comments. So I'll just go for it, and then I'll just pick the first comment which has the hashtag in it. But as a demo, I got in touch with Andrew, forgot his last name. He has a Miata. He was the one who actually suggested the hashtag and whatnot. So I, so I'm gonna be doing that. He suggested that we use the hashtag. So I'm gonna be giving him some remote tuning time. He has already sent me his tune. His car is already tuned, but we're just going to do a demo on the on the process in which we get to go through to actually do the live remote tuning. So we're gonna do that. Hopefully, I plan on scheduling that for sometime mid next week. And in addition to that, probably the following week, by next week, we also going to I'm going to announce who exactly won the the remote tuning time. So this coming week, we're going to do Andrew Sky. He has a Miata. I think it's a stock 1.6 again with a T25 or T28 turbo. It's already tuned. It's dyno tuned. I think he said it's dynoed at about 195 or 199 wheel horsepower. So we're going to do that. So in the comment section, what you need to do to enter in that draw is to just come up, comment, hashtag stay safe. It's as simple as that. Nothing catchy. Comment stay safe, and then I will pick that winner based on that, and then we're going to announce it next week. I'm not sure about how long the stream will be for the actual remote tune, since generally it takes about 2 weeks, 2 hours to do one of those cars from scratch. Hopefully the guy or gal who wins that already has some sort of tune on there. If not, we're going to do the one of my base maps, and then we're going to try and expedite it as quickly as possible. We're going to do the idle stuff, the acceleration enrichment, wide open throttle. So hopefully we can keep the stream under 2 hours, maybe an hour tops, and that should just about cover it. So quickly, guys, again, comment hashtag stay safe down in the comment section. You can do it throughout the live stream, which is going to end in a little while, or afterwards. I'm going to be posting that live stream on the channel in a little bit, well, as soon as I'm able to, and you'll automatically be entered to win the live stream. Everywhere is shut down, so everyone is at home. I urge everyone to, I guess, heed the medical advisories we get in from the professionals, hand washing, hand sanitizers, and whatnot. And let's look out for each other and let's fight this whole COVID-19 thing. As for myself, I'm actually an essential worker myself, so I do have to go to work. I'm actually a police officer, for those who don't know. It's one of my day jobs, so I actually do have to go to work. I don't get to stay home. But in my free time, what I usually do, because since we don't get to go anywhere, I've downloaded a whole bunch of tuning software, so Motec, AEM, and whatnot. I familiarize myself with that. I watch a lot of tuning videos from guys like Andy Wyatt and whatnot. He did all the work on the Adaptronic stuff. So that's stuff I do to keep myself sane, because I cannot really go out and do anything else other than go to work. You can try reading the Megascope manuals, because everyone keep asking for info. Megascope stuff is really good. I go through, well, almost every Speedrunner video I get a chance to look at, not just myself, whoever. I think CEK Garage, I think he has a 240 SX or 200 SX, one of those old Datsuns. Watch his videos. Sydney Critic, Josh Stewart, and a whole bunch of guys. Really good videos. So I watch that in my free time. And other than that, I do get a couple remote tunes every couple of days, so I do that. That keeps me sane. But other than that, it's just staying at home and just being safe. So, if no other questions, guys, we're gonna end the stream. Like I said, recap. We're gonna do it based on the YouTube comments. I'm gonna use a random site to pick the random comments. So all you have to do to enter into the draw, and the draw, as much as possible, I would like someone who actually has the car finished to win the draw, because I would like to get the remote tune out of the way as quickly as possible. So hopefully it's not someone who doesn't even have the car wired and it's probably going to be finished in 2030. Hopefully someone already has the car properly wired, working proper, and is just struggling to get it working to optimum. Hopefully it's something like that, and we can just knock it out in the next couple. Nah, it's not you, Idol. Not for Edward. The car, well, Idol is in the comment section. The car he's referring to is actually it was featured on the channel some time ago. It was the red EK hatch. Well, Idol used to own that car, and I think it was sold to Bolo. It's the red Honda EK hatch with the B20 VTEC. That car is actually down. It's a pretty impressive project, but it has some electrical gremlins. So, off the top of my head, when we were trying to tune that car, well, we did the majority of the tuning without a wideband. That was an interesting story. I think, well, the video is somewhere. I'll hopefully link it in the comment section. But I did the remote tuning. It wasn't remote. It was on-site tuning. No timing light and whatnot. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. What I did, I just gave it a whole load of fuel, something I knew would have been safe, and then without a timing light, and I just kept advancing the time until it felt safe. I highly recommend that you don't try this. And then the following day, we got the wideband on it, and I think the fuel ratios was somewhere in the low 12, so it was pretty close. But that car had some electrical gremlins. I'm not sure. I'm not seeing the comments. Let me see. This is my first live, by the way, guys. So let me see if I can bring up the comments. Okay. B-Tech, what's up? Thanks for joining, guys. Gavin here from Scotland. I love Speedrunner. I've just made my own 36-1 wheel for Speedrunner bike. Yeah. I really want to see a couple more bikes do the Speedrunner ECU. I think it's a really good ECU. It's really cheap, really budget. I mean, guys, for about 100, well, depending on the ECU you get, you're looking at what, 100 to, if you're looking at something like a UA4C, $190 roughly with everything thrown in, VR conditioner. You cannot beat that for fully capable ECU. You cannot beat that, guys. So I would love to see one of those on a bike, preferably a turbo bike. Linkus, hey from Sweden, love your videos. Looking forward to running my car on speed. Yeah, thanks, guy. Linkus, yeah, thanks. Um, yeah, Speedo, like I said, Speedrunner is very, very cool, very easy. I think Speedrunner is basically making it, is actually on to doing something really good because well, it's not we because I didn't create Speedrunner, but it's opened up the doors for a lot of folks to actually just get into the ECU world. So you get your feet wet with for 200 US. If you shop around, you can even get it down to low 100 US, and then you have a fully capable ECU. I pretty much owe all of the tuning I do to Speedrunner because that's what I started with. Yeah, nice and simple. It's a very simple ECU. If you go through the software, you'd see it doesn't have any excessive bells and whistles like most of the more advanced and expensive ECUs where you'd have a gazillion features that you'd probably only use 10% of them. I can safely say that the features Speedrunner has, it lacks a few that I think that are necessary, but we'll get to that in a separate video. But for everything you need to tune a regular road going or a weekend racer car, you have everything. You have per cylinder, fuel trim, and everything. I pretty much use 95% of the features on there, so I think it has everything in it, and you cannot beat bang for buck. Do I tune other issues? Yeah. I have done some AEM Mega Squirt and Speedwino. I did dabble in the chipped ECU stuff, the Honda Chrome and whatnot, but my son is coming to meet me. Yeah, I did dabble in the Chrome, but that is outdated technology. But however, there is Honda Tuning Suite, which is another. Come and say hello. Hello. Yeah, that's my son Jaden. Yeah. Yeah, so I did dabble in the Honda stuff, but that stuff is pretty much outdated. So I do recommend if you're staying with the ECU stuff, the my wife is just joking because I usually it is. Yeah, so Honda Tuning City is a pretty good platform for the Hondas, but again, we'd already get down here in the Caribbean. Most guys would. It's cheaper for us to go with a standalone like Speedway, as opposed to a chipped ECU because you're looking at for to do a chipped ECU, like like a Honda or something. You're looking at okay, most of our cars are probably OBD2, so you're looking at about 100 US just to get a factory OBD1 ECU. You're looking at maybe 150 US, give or take, for an ostrich. You're looking at maybe another 20 US for the chip kit, and then maybe 30 US to pay someone to chip the ECU for you. So by the time you're all in, but my math isn't too good, but 200, 300 US, give or take, and that setup is limited to Honda standalone, like Speedway. At the time you're done, you can pull off the ECU and then you can just end up just installing it on another car. That's why I love the standalone ECUs. Okay, I'm trying to keep up with the comments. I was running Hondata K Pro on my K20 RX7. Yes, I love Hondata. I hope to. That's from Baytech. I hope I'm not butchering your name. So, yeah, I hope to do some Hondata stuff. I've actually never done it. I want to do some K series stuff, but again, I live on a very tiny island. Idol was originally from here, so he can tell you guys. But boy, I don't want to. 38 square miles. Our island is Idol. Yeah, so a population of roughly 175,000 people, very tiny islands. You cannot even see it on a globe. That's small. So out of that, you have a very small local automotive market. So we don't get guys doing much stuff other than the usual 2JZ RB stuff. Yeah, so I love to do some Honda stuff as well. Okay, I'm gonna go up with the comments, guys, because I think at the beginning I did not get everybody's comment at the top. Okay, I think we got everything. I think, yeah, Brian Smith from Jamaica. What's up, man? I'm going down. Yeah, and yes, I heard on the tuning suite is coming and getting raised. Yeah, on the tuning suite is pretty good. It's pretty much Electune, EC Tune, modernized a bit. So what you find, a lot of guys who had the Neptune and you would have to pay for the licenses and whatnot. It's free. So that's they pretty much made it very cheap and affordable to go in. So if you already have a factory on the ECU, get your chip burner or your emulator, and then you can get into there for peanuts. You almost don't even need to buy an emulator if you're taking it to a professional to get tuned, because it doesn't make sense to buy an emulator if you're not going to be doing the tuning yourself. So chip the car and then pay your tuner, and then excuse me, and then it will be free. So before this video gets a bit longer, I just want to remind you guys, comment down below, hashtag stay safe, and then you'll automatically be entered into the draw for the free remote tuning time. I'll pick that sometime next week, and I'll probably do a live stream to announce the winner. And also next week, I'm trying to work with Andrew, who actually gave the suggestion to do the Instagram draw, but it's actually a YouTube draw. I'm actually going to help him out with some startup on his car. He sent me his tune today. The car is already tuned. He said it dying on I think 199 wheel horsepower. So I'm not going to be doing wide open. Well, I don't think we're going to be doing wide open throttle, but startup and whatnot. He says the car struggles to start up from what I call start, which is what most people struggle with, because when you take your car to a tuner, he does not have time to do cold starts for you unless he has a pretty good idea of it, because that's why I usually keep a wide range of base maps, since I do a lot of Miatas, so I can usually get the cold starts pretty good, since I've done it a couple times. Okay, so Linkers, did they implement some kind of safety for like low pressure? No, that has, well, honestly, I would love to see that implemented as well. So some sort of oil pressure and fuel pressure protection. I would love to see. I would love to see that, because Speedo started off as bare bones, just enough to get you running, but I think now it's already matured enough. So we can add some oil pressure protection, so at least you can save a motor. Well, the RB26 we did, we ended up losing the motor because of the oil pressure, but at the time it was on the factory ECU. So if it were on the Speedo, and we lost oil pressure when we traveled to the next island, St. Vincent, and when we lost the crank and the rod, something like that could have been saved. You could have saved the motor, because you set a threshold, so above 100 kPa, which is just going into boost, and above 3,000 RPM, something like that. If your oil pressure drops to maybe under 30 psi, then you set a hard limit of maybe 1,000, 2,000 RPM. So automatically, immediately, the car would fall on its face and it would save your motors. So I would love to see stuff like that implemented. Baytech, I'm now using Max ECU as I've gone BMW M4 gearbox. I used to control. Yeah, I've heard really good things about Max ECU as well. I hope one day I get to play with one of those. So yeah. Do you have a YouTube channel or Instagram or something, Baytech? I would love to see your setup. Brian Smith, I have done some online tuning myself. Yeah, good job. It's not all that difficult, because well, you would know yourself, because you tell folks that you do remote tuning, and I like to tell folks it's just as easy as me sitting next to you in your car and doing the tuning for you. The only difference is that we're doing it over the internet, so it's not that difficult. So almost anybody can do it. Not to minimize your accomplishment. I'm sure you're pretty good at whatever you do yourself, but I just like to tell folks that, like, tuning calibrating, whatever you want to call it, is not rocket science. It's basic science and basic common sense. Anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm not the smartest guy around, as Anslem and those who know me personally will tell you. I just, hey, Craig Forsyth, I think that's your last name. Thanks for joining us. You want to say something, Jalen?
No.
Okay. Carrie, fuck it. I think that's your name. Yeah. From Czech Republic. Thanks for joining, guy. Um, you have a channel, Basic Tech. Yes, I have my channel. I document most of my stuff. Okay. Um, you can, I guess, put a link to your channel in the comment section. I'll look at it when we get off there. I would love to see your stuff. Very small time, but it's good. Yeah, I love those small channels. We're not going to name any channels, but I like the interactive channels because I hope, well, I want to say that I hope mine remains small, but we all would love to see that channel grow. But okay, go. I'll play you in a little while. But what happens, I love to see interactive channels where, you can ask questions and get, cause when I started off with Speedo, there was almost no information around and there was nobody you can interact with. That's why I created my channel, because I struggled. Funny story, when I started my car was a bonus stock single cam, and I used to go to work, well, like I mentioned, I'm a police officer, and I would knock off my shift in at 9 a.m. I worked 24-hour shifts. And then my tuning was so bad that I would end up having to, I would have to get up early in the morning about 5 a.m. before anybody else got up. And then I would guarantee you my car would flood. So I would be trying to get it crank. My battery would die. I would probably get a friend to give me a jump start and try to get the car to start because my cold start was so horrible. That was a couple years back. So, and I almost had nobody to bounce ideas off. I spoke with Josh Stewart. He's about 14 hours ahead of me because he's in Australia. I'm in the Caribbean. So I would have to get up early in the morning. Thank God I had a good wife just to speak to Josh just before he goes to bed. So yeah, I'm just trying to basically bridge the gap and give folks some information that they can take and then do their own stuff as well. Anselm, has auto tune ever been perfect? Auto tune is not perfect, in my opinion. Garbage in, garbage out. So if you have a shitty, well, I did advertise this stream as kid friendly. So if you have a not so good FUL ratio target table and then you have not so good settings in there, garbage in, garbage out, you will get a garbage result. But it can, autotune works marvelously. Especially, I like the remote tunes with autotune because what I would have to do manually to take a lot longer. So when the guy schedules a remote tuner, he tells me that he has the premium version of Tuner Studio and we can use that. I love that. So we can probably cut tuning time down in half just because I can use the autotune whilst I am in the background trimming the heavy layers of the field. Autotune can do the fine tuning and then I'll stop autotune and finish off. So it helps a lot. As long as you put in good settings, good data in, you will get a good output. Yes, partial throttle, it does it pretty well. See, bro, I have to look and see. It's great to interact with each other. Yeah, yeah. You can add the comment yet until oh, yeah. So you guys can add comments. That's my first live, so I have absolutely no idea how the live streams work. So at the end of it, I guess you guys, everyone who watch the video, can comment and send whatever you need to send. We're going on 24 minutes. I was hoping that we would spend no longer than 10 minutes. Yeah, so Autotune does pretty good work. If you're starting off, a better tool, a lot of folks won't tell you that, is actually to pay for the premium version of the Megalog Viewer. Megalog Viewer is a very powerful tool as well. So Autotune does it in real time, but if you have the premium, I'm hoping I can make a video of that when my car gets back on the road. It's not too close from me. I would actually take you guys for a live stream, but yeah, so what you can do with with the Megalog Viewer, the premium version, is you can set it to data log, take a nice long drive, maybe a 10-minute drive, and you pretty much can just open up that log, sorry, maybe, and Megalog Viewer. If the settings are good, it can pretty much do the entire map for you in one go. Other than that, you'd have to be driving around whilst it does it in real time. But Megalog Viewer, you can do it in real go. So if I had to choose, honestly, I would choose the premium version of Megalog Viewer over the premium version of Tuner Studio. Tuner Studio is easier, well, for me, since I've been doing it a while. The Tuner Studio premium version is easier if you don't fully understand everything just yet. It's a bit harder to do it through logs, but hopefully I'll make a video and you guys will see first. And I'm usually horrible at explaining stuff. Brian Smith, what about the Toyota 12 value distributor? Because on one of your videos it didn't work with Speedo. Yes. So a couple of the most popular trigger settings do not work with Speedo. Like not do not work. A lot of times don't work well. The OEM Honda distributor, OBD1 distributor, does not work well with Speeduino if you're using the 24 tooth and then the single tooth. So in one of my videos, you saw that I modified it. What happens is that my son is playing. What happens is that to do sequential injection on Speeduino with the 24 tooth and the single tooth, you need these two. So the 24 tooth would go to VR1 as your crank speed, and the single tooth will be your home reference. What happens is that what I've seen almost every single Honda I've worked on or worked with, the single tooth trigger is very noisy. So what happens is that you get the proper crank signal, but the home signal is very noisy, so it throws everything off. You have folks getting noise, so the car would be idling at about 1,000 RPM. You just see the gauge fidgeting, bouncing to 3,000 RPM, and then the car would do all sort of weird stuff. So that doesn't work. So what I usually do for the Hondas is I usually recommend that you just use because the Honda distributor has a 24 tooth wheel, a 4 tooth wheel, and a single tooth wheel. To do sequential, you can do the 24 and the single tooth, or you can do the 4 tooth and the single tooth, which is not. I'll probably just do the 4 tooth alone. But what I usually recommend folks do is one of two things. If you get in a noise signal, you just use the 4 tooth wheel alone and use the basic distributor settings, and that works just fine. That signal is almost never noisy, and then you can run, but you limit it to batch injection, which works just fine. Although some folks would tell you that you need sequential injection, I disagree. It works just fine. You do lose some fuel economy with batch injection as opposed to sequential, but wide open throttle and whatnot, you lose nothing because generally above 30% duty cycle, the cars would be running batch anyways, because at that point the fuel will be hitting the back of the intake valve. The intake valve will not have time. You cannot, let me phrase that properly. The valve timing and whatnot would not allow you to do sequential injection past a certain duty cycle. I don't want to throw numbers out there and then someone will comment and say that I was wrong. So generally above 30-40% duty cycle, it will not matter if you sequential. Okay, I think I lost connection there, but internet is really crappy. Anyways, but the Toyota, the problem is that the negative of the VR sensors are joined. So what happens is that in itself creates noise. So you can go in and then open up the distributor and separate the wires and give each sensor its own ground, and it works fine. Or like I do, I just simply use the 24 tooth in the Toyota distributor order. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I think my internet is out. Hope you guys can hear me. Let me see. Yeah, I think we're back on, right, guys? Yeah, so with the Toyota distributor, the grounds, and then it can work just fine. If you have a spare distributor, you can just use 24 teeth wheel, and then just separate that, and then we good to go. Yeah, very good info about sharing. Yeah, so The VR negative is the problem with the Toyota distributors. So my internet is cutting out. I think we lost a bunch of viewers, but it doesn't matter. But before we end, let me just tell you guys again in the comment section, as part of the 100,000, what as part of the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, just comment hashtag stay safe, and then you automatically be entered into the, I guess, the quote unquote draw to win the remote tuning time. So just as simple as that. Next week I hope to do a live tune. We'll just be basically doing idle and startup and whatnot with Andrew Sky. He has a NA Miata with a stock 1.6 engine. I think stock fuel pump. It has some RX-8 injectors and whatnot. We're going to be doing that hopefully next week. We'll also be announcing the winner next week, and then the week after that, we're going to be doing the live remote tune of the winner. All right. So I think I got everybody's question. All right. So going once, going twice. I don't know how I did on the live stream, but it was my first. So yeah, let me know. I think other than the internet crapping out, I think it was pretty fun. I rumble a lot, so I know it's 50 something odd minutes now. So I usually say 10 minutes, and it takes twice as long or 3 times as long to record a video because I have to cut out all the rumbling like I'm doing now. All right, so I think that's it, guys. So until next time, stay safe. I'm trying to figure out where do you end a live stream. Anyways, gonna catch you guys on the next one. Till next time, stay safe, guys.